Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to this, your August 2024 reading and predictions. How has July been for everybody out there? Oh my goodness. Take a deep breath. July is almost past us. I don't know about you guys, and as you guys know, those of you who have been around my channel for a while, I too am an Aquarius, and July has been a wild, wild month for our zodiac sign. So let's dive right into your reading. Let's take a look at where you are at now here at the end of July. And then we're going to take a look at what you are focusing on, what your difficult influences and challenges are. We're going to look at what's unexpected coming up in August. So let's dive right in here. Okay, what do we have going on? Well, as predicted, excuse me, you do feel like you've come through a battle in the month of July because the very first card in your reading, Aquarius, is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is a card of feeling like you've just come through a battle. In fact, in the Rider-Waite Tarot or the more traditional tarot, the Ten of Swords is a character lying on their front, desperately reaching out, trying to get their sword, and they have swords in their back. It's an indication that trials and tribulations are over and it is time to move forward. You are absolutely moving forward into something new, something beautiful. And by the looks of things, it's going to require some action, a little bit of celebration, but it also looks like there's some abundance coming your way in August, Aquarius, because you have two knights here. You have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, whenever the knights are around us, it's an indication that something is riding in towards us. In the traditional tarot, all of the knights are up on their various colored horses and they bring with them messages for us. So the Knight of Wands is ruled by the element fire, and the Knight of Wands is about celebrating some of your victories at this time, while at the same time, Aquarius, not falling into complacency. So having the Ten of Swords and then moving into the Knight of Wands is an indication that you've come through something big. You've learned a big lesson. You've had a huge change or a shift in your life circumstances during the month of July. And here, as you move into the month of August, because you've just gone through a battle, there's this temptation to fall into complacency, to fall into a place of, oh, wow, let's just sit back and chill for a little bit because that was a lot. But the Knight of Wands coming in immediately after this Ten of Swords is saying to you, nope, there's no time for that. You've got to keep going. You've got momentum at this point, right? You've got this victory on your side. You've just come through something big. You're making a huge change or a shift in your life into something new, something big. For some of you, it's about changing careers, changing jobs. For some of you, it's about moving physical location, moving from one home to another. For some of you, Aquarius, I'm picking up that this is also potentially, for some of you, about a change in your relationship status or your family dynamic status. And as much as it feels like you've come through this big battle and you want to have an opportunity to have an evening of Netflix, popcorn, and ice cream, this Knight of Wands is saying, no, 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 no. Keep going. You've got momentum here. Keep going. Why do you want to keep going? Because immediately following that, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is about abundance coming your way. Look at the character on this particular card. You've got his horse over here. He's walking in front of him, and you've got Pentacles literally following behind him. right? And as I mentioned, whenever the knights appear, they are about coming in on their horses and riding in with whatever element or subject they represent. So, for example, the Knight of Cups is about potentially a new partner riding in, something romantic coming into your life. This is about money or career, abundance riding into your life at this time, Aquarius, which is great news for some of you, especially if you're talking about potentially a career change, or for some of you, if it's about a physical move into a new location. The Knight of Pentacles is indicating there's additional abundance available to you as you move into this new adventure in August. Let's take a look at what you are focusing on. One card has come out. What else is Aquarius focusing on for the month of August? Two more falling out of the deck. We're going to keep track of the order that they are coming out of the deck as well for you. And one last card. Leaping out at the last moment. That one came out upside down. Okay. So, in what you are focusing on, Aquarius, you have four cards that have leapt out of the deck for you. And you have, first of all, the Awakening card. You have the Seven of Spring, also known as the Seven of Wands. You have the Ten of Autumn, also known as the Ten of Pentacles. And over here on this end, you have the Moon. So you have two major arcana coming out. You also have one Wands card coming out and one Pentacles card coming out. It's interesting to me because I like to look at patterns. It's one of the things that we need to do when we're reading tarot. It's not just about reading the individual cards, it's also about reading what is next to them as well. And in the first portion of your reading here, Aquarius, you have the Knight of Wands and then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So it's interesting to me that you also have a wand and a pentacle represented in what you are focusing on. So I'm going to start off with the Awakening card. The Awakening card corresponds to the Hanged Man from the Major Arcana of the Tarot. And this is about changing your perspective, changing the way that you look at things. It's about seeing things from a different perspective. Seeing the bigger picture is the way that I like to interpret this card. It's about having the opportunity to be the observer rather than the participant in some of what's going on in your life. I'm going to turn that down because it's absolutely blinding me. So yeah, it's a lot of times we walk through life with some blinders on. Okay. We get set in our ways. We think that we know the best way to go about doing things. And eventually, we kind of hit a brick wall. We hit potentially some complacency, or we hit that brick wall because we're no longer learning, almost because when we have blinders on, we could become the word that keeps coming up for me. I've been avoiding trying to use it. Is there another way that I can say that? Come on, Spirit. Please help me. I'm getting a no. I have to come right out and say it. Aquarius, when we see life with our blinders on, we can fall into a place of complacency and we can fall into a place of being arrogant, downright arrogant. I was trying to prevent myself from saying that, but Creator is not giving me an alternative. So, what this card is saying is that as you move into August and as you move through August, you are being encouraged to see things from a different perspective. Take the blinders off, get a good view of the bigger picture. There is more going on behind the scenes than you ever could have possibly imagined. And if you continue to wear blinders, there is going to be complacency and there's potentially arrogance. There's the opportunity to make a whole bunch of mistakes and errors because you don't have the whole story. That's what this card is saying. Right next to this card, the next card out for you was the Seven of Spring. Seven of Spring corresponds to the Seven of Wands. This is the card of be assertive. Oh God, I cannot say that. I'm not even monetized yet, and you want me to say things that are inappropriate, creator. I can't do that. This I'll paraphrase. This is the card of go out and grab life um by the peanuts and get what you want. Be assertive. Ask for what you want and don't be afraid to ask for what you want. And I'm just going to share a little thing. I'm just going to share something with you. Recently, I had an incident in my own life, and as you know, I'm an Aquarius, where I had to provide another business person with some news that I would not be working with them anymore. I won't go into more details than that out of respect and confidentiality. I dreaded making the phone call. I dreaded speaking to them. I dreaded their reaction. I lay awake in bed to the point that I caused an upset stomach, worrying about what they were going to think of me, projecting all of my concerns and fears onto the situation. And when I finally was assertive, when I finally picked up the phone and made the phone call and let that person know that circumstances had changed and we were no longer going to be working together, the response I got was, "That's okay. I'm really happy for you." So all of my worry, all of my inability to be assertive and say what I needed to say had caused me physical illness. And the other person, in fact, was happy for me. So, Aquarius, be assertive in the month of August. You might be pleasantly surprised. Actually, not might. You will be pleasantly surprised when you exert your authority, when you speak your truth, when you do it in a respectful way. Obviously, this isn't about picking up the phone and being nasty about something, but this is about saying what you need to say and not doing what I just did. Um, Moving into your very next card, this is the Ten of Autumn, also known as the Ten of Pentacles. This is a card of make sure that as much as the Knight of Pentacles is here for you, indicating that there is additional abundance on its way to you, when that additional abundance arrives, make sure you're setting a little bit aside for a rainy day. This is what you are focusing on. This is what you're working on manifesting in the month of August, Aquarius. So make sure you are saving for a rainy day. Set some aside. And finally, you have the moon in your focus. Now, the moon is a card of phases. It's a card reminding us that whatever we are going through, whatever we are experiencing, is a phase, right? The moon has various phases. We've got the lunar eclipses, we've got solar eclipses, we've got the full moon, we've got the new moon. All of this is about reminding us that whatever we're going through, it's a phase. So if it's something difficult that you're currently experiencing, Aquarius, this too shall end. And if it's something wonderful that you are currently experiencing, relish in that, own that. Really, really be in the moment. Okay. The other thing that the moon brings to us is the encouragement to pay attention to our dreams. Now, one of the things that I can say for you, Aquarius, is that with July having been an extremely tumultuous month, and with your reading looking like you've just come through a battle with this Ten of Swords to start you off, the Awakening card, the Seven of Spring, Ten of Autumn, and the Moon card, it's looking to me like you are closing out a cycle, closing out something that you have been doing for some time. That's why I want to say that I feel like there is a change in possibly career or your residential situation, your living situation. And one of the other things that the moon asks us to do, Aquarius, is begin the process of setting new goals. Pay attention to your dreams because that's where your new goals are going to come from. Well, this is a lot, Aquarius. You've had a lot going on. So be assertive, set some financial abundance aside for the future, set some new goals, and see the bigger picture. We're going to take a look at what might be holding you back, challenging you from achieving those goals, your difficult influences and your challenges, Aquarius. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling, Aquarius, like there is a change in your, oh gosh, there's a lot of cards that have just come out. Okay, those did all fall back. Um, I want to say there's a pretty big change or shift that's happening for you in either your living situation or your relationship um, circumstances. And it's almost like you set a goal a little while ago to achieve something, and basically in July you've kind of achieved that goal. You've kind of reached the culmination or the apex of something, and you're now at that point where you're like, okay, what's next? What goals do I set next? That's sort of the sense that I'm getting here a little bit for some of you. But yeah, there's a change in your living circumstances coming up. All right. So in your difficult influences, Aquarius, we have this many cards that came out. Eek. So what we're going to do is what we always do. We shuffle up these cards and then we ask the deck, please provide us with 2 or 3 cards for the difficult influences for Aquarius. One more time. All right. So Aquarius, in your difficult influences and challenges, you have the Queen of Cups and you have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the card that I like to call the Little Hermit or the Quiet Hermit. And the Queen of Cups is about channeling in a transformation. It's about listening to your heart and your emotional side. It's about tapping into your intuition. It is about potentially relationships, how we're getting along with others. Okay. And this card came up in your difficult influences, Aquarius. So it's an indication that perhaps at this time, you're not paying attention to what your heart is telling you you need to do or experience or the direction you need to go. This is a card saying, please listen to your heart, tap in. How do you tap into that? Well, you tap into that by taking time for self, taking time away from society, right? This character is alone in their room having a little lie down and a meditation. They are not sleeping in this card, but rather they are in more of a meditative state. Because if you notice the position of the hands on the character there, right? This position of the hands, or this position of the hands, this position of the hands are all equated to being in a meditative state. So, Aquarius, this is your difficult influences and challenges. Tap into your heart center more in the month of August and take time for self and for meditation and for quiet reflection. Let's move into your messages from the universe for August for Aquarius. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys saw that one card fly, but it flew all the way up and over. I thought it was going to go off the table and it didn't. Edge of the table caught it. All right, so we do have 2 more messages coming out for you, Aquarius. This card was the first card out. Then we have these and these. You have a lot of messages from the universe, Aquarius. Calm is not a weakness. Yeah. Complacency is a weakness. Calm is not a weakness. There is a distinct difference between those two. Abundance is your divine right. Well, it doesn't say divine on there, but abundance is your right. And the 10 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles coming in is your confirmation. Never forget that, Aquarius. I can't make this stuff up. Trust your intuition. Do we have a card calling you to pay attention to your intuition? Oh, yes, indeed we do. This 4 of Swords over here. Pay attention to your intuition. Oh, we have another card. Ask for guidance. Now, the Ask for Guidance card could be about tapping into your intuition, tapping into your divine feminine and your emotional side. This is not about male or female, it's about tapping into the divine feminine, which is more empathic and compassionate. Okay. And so it's interesting that you've got your ask for guidance and you've got your trust your intuition coming out together. So this could be about asking your guides, your angels, your higher power, however you choose to call your higher power, but asking for guidance is also about asking for help. Now remember, back over here when I was reading the Awakening card, the Hanged Man card, Creator asked me to use the word that arrogance, that you may slip into arrogance if you leave your blinders on and you are refusing to see the big picture and refusing to see what's going on behind the scenes. This card is important because if you're not asking for guidance, either from the ethereal world or from the real world, from people who are knowledgeable, perhaps they know more than you do, Aquarius. If you're not asking for guidance, you're going to be falling into exactly the pitfall that came up as a psychic download. So don't be afraid to ask for help and ask for guidance in the month of August. And finally, take responsibility for your actions. This is the card that, really, I would equate this card with the 8 of Swords as well. This is the accountability card. If you're wrong, Aquarius, in the month of August, own it. Remember that little thing that I just told you about that phone call that I hesitated to make because I was scared about what the other person's reaction was going to be? But I ultimately had to be assertive. I had to make that phone call. I had to take responsibility for the changing circumstances. And when I did, the outcome was actually way more positive than I ever could have expected. That's part of accountability work. Okay. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there. I've got a candle lit over here and it popped just as I turned my head. Where are we going for your unexpected? We're actually going back over here to the tarot for Aquarius. Unexpected in the month of August, please. What is unexpected for Aquarius? New beginnings. I love it. Is that one going to fall down? Yeah, it did. All right, Aquarius, new beginnings. And guess what? This is one of your cards. So in the major arcana, each card, when in the tarot, every card has a corresponding zodiac sign. And in the major arcana, the Fool and the Star are two of your cards. And so this is your card. The Fool is the very first card in the tarot. It is numbered 0 up here at the top. And this is a card of new beginnings. This is a card of, you know what? I have no idea what tomorrow is going to look like, but I'm still going to get out of bed. I'm going to dust myself off and I'm going to keep going. Oh, yeah, you have other cards that kind of indicated that that's what the universe or creator or whatever higher power out there is pushing you towards at this time, Aquarius. It's pushing you towards, even though you don't have all the answers. And as much as that drives Aquarians crazy because we are planners, even though you don't have all the answers, there is a new beginning, a new start, a new adventure on the horizon for you. Embrace it, go out and grab it. You have other cards in your reading about go out there and grab life by the horns and ride the bull. Let's take a look at your final general overall outcome, Aquarius, for August. 3 of Pentacles, find your passion. What are you passionate about? And follow your passion. That card flipped over and that one flew over there. All right. Aquarius, by the end of August, your final general overall outcome after a very tumultuous July, moving into August. Where did the other card go? There it is. Doing a little bit more meditation, taking some responsibility for your actions, asking for guidance, trusting your intuition, setting some money aside for the future, being assertive. What do we have for your outcome? We have the 3 of Pentacles. Find your passion. Find your passion. Follow your passion. If you're passionate about it, go after it. You have the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is about walking away from something that is no longer serving your highest good. So it does look like by the end of August, there is something that, as much as you have the Fool here with a new beginning, it does look like in order to completely fall into line with this Fool card, with this new beginning card, there is something that you will be walking away from. Tap into your energy. I get the sense that you're finally letting go of your old life. Like July and August are a transition period for you, a huge transition. July felt more like being in a battle, and August is more about coming to terms with this changing circumstances in your life and walking away. You've found your passion and you're starting something new. And you are moving into the energy of the Emperor as your last card. The Emperor is a strong masculine, divine masculine. It doesn't make a difference whether it's male or female. We're talking about the divine masculine. He is a divine masculine figure who is an authority in what he does. He is knowledgeable. He is assertive. Oh, yeah. Aquarius, you are working towards this. You're focusing on being more assertive, and your outcome is that you will be more assertive by the end of August, asking for what you want, going after what you want. That is the embodiment of the Emperor. Also, the Emperor, being the representative of the divine masculine, is all about the mind. He's all about thoughts. Okay, so as much as you are being called upon, this is what you are having difficulty with, tapping into your divine feminine and your emotional side, and you're being called upon to do that. You're also being asked to balance that out with the Emperor coming in as your final card. So, with that, Aquarius, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. If this resonated for you as a general reading and you would like to book a private consultation with me, I will leave all my contact details down below. I am a certified counselor as well as a certified hypnotherapist and past life regressionist, and I do have more than 20 years experience. Thank you so much. See you in September.